We are reporting on the outcome of the assessment that was conducted between October and December, covering all parts of Somalia. It's a food security and nutrition assessment, which also looked at livelihoods and markets. And based on our analysis, the season performance, it has been a largely normal to above normal rainfall performance between October and December, what we call their season. And most of the factors affecting food security have been generally stable, near normal situation. As a result, we have seen a decline in the reported number of people in crisis and emergency from the figures we reported 6 months ago. We're now projecting 731,000 people in crisis and emergency between now and June 2015. This represents nearly 30% decline from the figures we reported 6 months ago. However, this is a substantial need that still exists in Somalia, and it just reflects a seasonal improvement. Last go, we had deterioration from under 900,000 to over 1 million people in crisis and emergency. Now, a largely favorable their season rainfall performance has helped to regain some of the previous improvement. However, we still have 731,000 people in crisis and emergency, and an additional 2.3 million people in food security stress. This group of people are vulnerable to shock, and any kind of shock, any major shock can push them into a situation of food security, acute food security crisis or emergency. We have also conducted 41 nutrition surveys across Somalia, and the results indicate that we have nearly 203,000 acutely malnourished children across Somalia, out of which about 38,000 are severely malnourished, which means they face a higher risk of morbidity and death. We also have populations affected by rainfall deficit in areas where the rains did not perform as well. Those areas, plus also riverine areas affected by flooding in middle and lower Juba, as well as middle Shabelle. In these areas, as well as rain deficit areas, agro-pastoral and pastoral areas, will the food security situation in these areas will continue to deteriorate until the start of the Gu rains in March, April. And also when that's also the time when riverine areas expect off-season late harvest. We are also, this projection is based on a normal March, April to June rainfall, Gu rainfall in 2015. And as you have seen, our projection is based on that assumption. We also have coastal areas which are receiving near a normal rainfall through February. The factors that affected the performance, the food security outcomes are, as I said, a near average rainfall in most parts of the country. We have localized areas that did not do so well. Cereal production has been slightly above the long-term post-war average of about 9%, but close to the 5-year average, or 4% below the 5-year average. Pasture and water availability remain near normal. We also have normal livestock performance in most parts of the country. prices in terms of trade again remain largely favorable. I would like to mention areas previously affected by trade disruption. This is in southern part of Somalia. We have seen a decline in cereal prices in these areas. However, those prices have not gone back to normal level, and we measure normal by a 5-year average. And so prices in these areas have come down from the peak we reported back in July, which justified classifying these areas into emergency. Those areas have now been downgraded to crisis, but the situation still is not normal and contingent on many factors moving forward. In terms of populations of concern, we have areas that have very high levels of acute malnutrition exceeding 15%, that require urgent attention in terms of nutrition. Also, they have significant concentration of population in crisis and emergency in Bari, northern and southern Mudug, in middle and lower Juba, as well as Banadir regions. In almost all the regions we have populations in need of humanitarian assistance, but these regions have a larger proportion, at least 10% of their population in need of urgent assistance.